Today is Tuesday, August 18th, and this week we're on the subject of lethargy. So we're doing a progression, 4 things that the Lord revealed to me that is coming against the church right now. First is fear, a lot to be afraid of if you choose to. Then weariness, it'll wear you out thinking about it, worrying about it. Then lethargy, I just don't want to do anything anymore. I'm just going to sit right here. And then complacency, getting to the place where you don't even need God or anybody. You just become self-sufficient and out of touch with reality. So we're stopping these things in this month of preparation as we're preparing ourselves for the fall and all God has for us. So today, lethargy. Remember, it's the attitude, the feeling of no motivation whatsoever. So I want to tell you a story out of 1 Samuel chapter 31. Now, the king, Saul, had already been prophesied to that he was going to die in battle, but he went ahead and went to battle with the Philistines. In verse 1 of chapter 31 of 1 Samuel says, "Now the Philistines fought against Israel. The Israelites fled before them, and many fell dead on Mount Gilboa. The Philistines were in hot pursuit of Saul and his sons, and they killed his 3 sons, Jonathan being one of them. The fighting grew fierce around Saul, and when the archers overtook him, they wounded him critically. Saul said to his armor-bearer, 'Draw your sword and run me through, or these uncircumcised fellows will come and run me through and abuse me.' But his armor-bearer was terrified and would not do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. When the armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he too fell on his sword and died. So Saul, his 3 sons, and his armor-bearer, and all his men died together that same day." Okay. We're going to talk about the armor bearer today, not about King Saul. We know that he wasn't even supposed to go in battle, but here was someone that was loyal to Saul and just didn't know what to do. And just instead of doing anything, did the wrong thing. So lethargy is like that. Lethargy just tells you don't do anything, don't do anything, don't do anything. So he was terrified. Remember, fear first. He was probably weary from the battle. I mean, people were getting killed around him. Here, his king that he was protecting had been shot with arrows, mortally wounded, and was begging him, "Take my life." But it threw him because his whole life was to protect the king, not kill the king. I don't think they went over that in his training, how to kill your king, how to kill the person you're guarding. So he froze. He was terrified. He didn't know what to do. So he went into nothingness. And then he killed himself. Reminds me of how lethargy progresses. It's fear. There's lots in the world to be afraid of right now if you choose to. This whole COVID pandemic, it's for real. It's out there. I have several family members that are sick right now, and I have a second cousin that passed away. So it's real. You know, don't pretend it's not real. It's real. So we got that. We got a contentious election cycle that has polarized our nation. We're going this way or that way. There's no middle. We understand that. So half of the nation is terrified. I think both sides are terrified of what's coming. Then we have the racial unrest. We have that going on, and will continue to foment. We have the protests going on. All of this, and then on top of it, financial security. So let me tell you, there's plenty to be afraid of, but we already handled that week. We're moving out of fear. And then we talked about weariness. When you worry, when you fret over things, when you don't understand what's going on, you get weary to the point of you just can't. You say, "I just can't get out of bed today. I can't wake up. I can't have the energy to go to work. I can't function." Then you move into lethargy. When your body has experienced the fear, you've given into weariness, then lethargy. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to veg. I could, but I'm not. I don't want to. That's where lethargy goes. Now let's look back at this armor bearer. He had a purpose in his life, and I'm not sure what he really needed to do when his king was killed. I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to fall on his own sword, but that's what lethargy does. When it overtakes us and we don't know what to do, we've just kind of been going through the motions, and we're afraid and we're weary, we just do what everybody else is doing. And I'm seeing a lot of lethargic people now. I'm seeing a lot of people just say, "I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing that anymore. I don't feel like engaging. I don't feel like being with people. I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to church. I don't feel like witnessing to anybody. I just don't feel it. I don't feel like exercising. I don't feel it. It's lethargy. Why are we feeling that? Because there's a lot of people right now that are giving into fear, weariness, and the next thing is lethargy. Let me tell you what's coming next. If you give into those three, complacency, meaning you don't even need God anymore and don't even know it. You become your own, self-sufficient, cut off, even from God. I'm good. That's what complacency is. We'll talk about that next week. I want to shake you out of lethargy if it's got a hold of you. So in the name of Jesus, lethargy, let go. You be willing right now, if lethargy has grabbed a hold of you, to let it go, command it to go, to get off of your mind, to get out of your heart, to get off your spirit, that you would walk in energy. This is the week that you need to allow Jesus Christ to fulfill every desire of your heart. Spend time with him. Glorify God with your body. Get off the couch. Get out of bed. Get off the floor. Get out of the bathtub. Put the chips down. Put the salami down. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Do something. Turn the TV off. Lethargy, go. Lethargy, go in the name of Jesus. I'm preparing you. So you don't fall into complacency and drift. God has a plan for your life. He's not forsaken you. He's for you, not against you. And he loves you. So today, I declare, if you're bound by lethargy, or if the enemy is trying to get you into lethargy, you would shake yourself and say, I will not. My body belongs to God. Everybody else may get lethargic and fall on their sword and just kind of quit. Not me. I'm going to fight the good fight of faith. Keep going. You never know what's ahead. God has special things for you.